It's time for the playoffs. What's up, guys, and welcome to episode number 15 of this Henry Dowen MLB The Show 20 Road to the Show series. And today, I'm obviously starting the playoffs here in this Henry Dowen Road to the Show series, as his Astros won the AL West and were the best team in the whole MLB, I'm pretty sure, or definitely the best team in the American League, if not the whole, or they're the best team in the American League, the Astros are, if not the best team in baseball. Yes, we are the best team in baseball. There was only two teams that had 100 plus wins. Twins had 102 wins, we had 104. Everyone else had 99 or less. Yeah, we won our last 6 games of the year. We won our last 6 games of the season, really. That was in the last episode of a series. Check it out if you haven't yet. It'll be up here in the eye in the sky in the top right corner. There should be an icon that pops up at the beginning of the video. That was the last 2 series of the regular season. Henry Dowen ended his regular season, because he didn't play in the last regular season game, but he didn't play in the last regular season game. And second to last regular season game, so the last game he played in, he had a walk-off home run. So it was a great way for Henry Dowen to end his regular season. Yeah, we finished 104 and 58, 2 games better than the Twins, so we were 2 games better than the Twins, so we're the best team, we had the best record in baseball. But yeah, let's look at throughout baseball. So AL East, the Rays won that division. Twins won the AL Central, so it'll be Twins and Rays in the other ALDS. And then we won the AL West. So we won the AL West, Twins won the AL Central, and the Rays won the AL East. White Sox and Red Sox are the 2 wildcard teams. So we'll be playing the Red Sox or the White Sox in the ALDS. Phillies clinched their division, NL East, and the best record in the National League. Cubs clinched the NL Central. Dodgers clinched and then the Dodgers clinched the NL West. And then the Brewers and Rockies are the 2 wildcard teams. And fun fact, the Rockies are my old team. This is my first year in the majors. Last year, 2020, I was in Double-A for the Rockies. Hartford Yard Goats, Double-A affiliate of the Colorado Rockies. Then the Rockies, after that season, gave me a spring training invite. Then they traded me to the Astros, who gave me a spring training invite as well. Then obviously I made a team. And the rest is history. But that would be really cool. This is not probable, but it could happen. That's all I'm gonna say. That it would be funny if it was Astros Rockies. I never played a game in the majors with the Rockies, but I was in the Rockies organization. So it'd be funny if we played them in the World Series, which may or may not happen. In this game, last season, the Astros won the World Series. Obviously, I was not on the team because this is my first. This year is my first year in the majors. So last year I wasn't on the Astros, but the Astros still won the World Series last year. So the Astros are trying to go back to back. So we'll be playing the White Sox or the Red Sox in the ALDS Best of 5 series. First 2 games will be in Houston. So yeah, let's get it. And I thought it would have shown something that said our record and then what would happen, like our record, and then we'll play the winner of the AL, or usually it says the record, and then you won your division and you're taking on the winner of the wild card game. Maybe because I didn't play in the last game of the regular season, that didn't happen. But we already know who we were going to play anyways, but I was surprised it didn't say anyways. But either way, it didn't say, here's game 1, we're playing Chicago, as Chicago, or the Chicago White Sox beat the Boston Red Sox in the AL wildcard game, which is just 1 game. The game was in Chicago. Yeah, it's Carlos Rondon versus James Paxton, 2 lefties. This team has Jonathan B.R., Tim Anderson, Jose Abreu, Eloy Jimenez, Juan Moncada, Yasmani Grandal, Luis Robert, Blade, Rutherford, and then Danny Menditt. So then everyone in that White Sox lineup is on the White Sox in real life, except for Rutherford. And then we have Delano DeShields Jr., Rutherford, Delano DeShields Jr., Jose Altuve, Yordan Alvarez, Carlos Correa, Alex Bregman, Henry Dowen batting sets, Didi Gregorius the DH, Nate Lau, and Corey Lee. That's our lineup. It's Rondon versus Paxton, Game 1. Here we go. First 2 games are in Houston. Games 3 and 4 in Chicago, and then Game 5, if there is one, is back in Houston. So it's a 2-2-1 format. Best of 5. Best 3 out of 5. So first team to 3 wins the series. as Henry Dowling is in the playoffs here in his rookie season. Let's watch a presentation. Map Excursion, Game 1 of the 2021 ALDS.
MLB The Show is your home for postseason baseball. It's Game 1 of the American League Division Series between the Chicago White Sox and the Houston Astros. Hi again, everyone. Matt Excursion. Welcome to our special postseason coverage of baseball on the show. With me is Mark DeRosa and Dan Plesac. And Dan, we'll start with you. This series has the feel of one that's about to get very...
Henry Dowling, 423 average. Alvarez, 44 home runs. I had 126 RBIs and 31 home runs. Alvarez at 44, he led the team. I mean, the White Sox, despite obviously being a wildcard team, they still had 98 wins. We had 104. Game one of the 2021 ALDS coming up right now after the player introductions. We're wearing those orange uniforms. There's the Astros. There's Henry Dowling in the middle. And there's a thumbnail probably right there. Right there of the teams lined up the first and third base lines. Postseason. Roof is open for Game 1. Let's go. So, James Paxton. 15-9 record. 4.11 ERA in the regular season. And no score. Bottom 2. Game 1, like I said, the best 3 out of 5. So, first team to 3 wins the series. It's already pitch black outside. Roof is open here on this, I think it's October night. Let's do it. That's the 4-seamer from Rondon. That's a fly ball, and it's going to be caught as it hung up too long. 1 down here in the second. That was close. Just hung up too much. 1-0 White Sox. First and third, 1 out. Bottom 3. Time run is 90 feet away. Come on, sad fly. Anything other than a double play. That's a ground ball. I knew I jinxed myself when I said that. And the throw to first is picked by the first baseman. That saved the run. Hit it hard, but double play. And the 3. It's 1-0 White Sox. Man, that ain't good. First defensive opportunity here in the playoffs. Top 5. 1-0 Chicago. As a fly ball, I'm a right fielder, obviously, because this is right field, obviously. 1 down. I was a center fielder, but in the minors they moved me over to right, and then they permanently said you're in right field. Okay, another chance here. First and second, nobody out. Bottom 6. Driving a run here. Still against Rondon. I'm 0 for 2 with a line out and a double play. Let's do it. That's a liner, and it's in the left center field base hit. The runner's coming around, and this game is tied. Henry Dowling, 3rd time the charm, or really 2nd time the charm, because the first time it was just a line out. In the second opportunity to try to drive in a run, Henry Dowling does that, so it's really 2nd time the charm. First and second, nobody out still. Runner at second ended up scoring, as it just got over the shortstop's reach. And then I went in the left center field, and the runner at second scored. And this is a little looper, and it's going to get down in front of Jimenez. Bases loaded, nobody out. Runners had to wait to see if it was on down or not. 0-2 count on Nate Lowe, really. And then Jimmy Lambert versus Nate Lowe. 0-2 pitch, bases loaded, nobody out. 1-1 game. Come on. I knew that was going to happen. 0-1 now, but now a double play would end the inning. Now it's Corey Lee, top of the order to follow, and the Shields. 0-1. That's a ground ball. Second one. First double play. By a half a step, they got him at first base, as he was so close to beating it out, but no. And the sits 1-1. As I had that RBI single. That was Henry Dowling's first career postseason hit and first career postseason RBI in his first career postseason game. So first hit and first RBI here in the playoffs for Henry Dowling. And that ball's gone, and Chicago has the lead. Top 8, 1 out, it's 2-1 Chicago. 370. Yeah, I knew that was gonna happen. VR, I said 370, it was 357, I said 370. That was 7 feet off. It's top 8, 2 outs, so two batters later it's Abreu, who's the White Sox DH. But that's a liner. Shift was on, that's why I was in right center field, and that's gonna dip down inside the foul line. And that's gonna be a double for Abreu. I should did up again because I hit that RBI single in the 6th inning, right? So, strikeouts, the bottom 8, Redmond, and then me, and then Dodorius. Redmond grounded out, so we're down to our final 5 outs. Here we go. It's dotted down base here. Dotted down base. And that's definitely not getting out of base. And it's boxed by Abreu! Hey, I got on base. And that's a base hit, as I sawed my bat off, and then it bounced in front of Abreu. I believe it hit Abreu in the arm, pinball around, and the pitcher was over there as well, but no one could get the ball and step on first base, so it's a hit at the end of the day, despite all that. Full count now. I don't know what that swing was. It almost hit me going to second base. So it's a 4-3 ground out. Good play by the second baseman, but now a hit to the outfield should tie the game. And it's Nate Lowe, 1-2 pitch. Come on, a hit to the outfield should tie the game here. But it's a 1-2 pitch. And he hit it, but he hit it right at Abreu. We get to the 9th. We're down by 1 still. Well, I got on base, although at first I thought I was like, oh no, I wasn't going to get on base, but I did. But I was turning at second base. Top 9 now, we're up on, or down by 1. I wish we were up by 1. Here's Grandal. I've driven in the only run for Houston. I mean, 2 for 4 with that, with 2 singles and an RBI. Fly ball. And that's going to be 2 outs. I mean, it should be 9-1-2 due up in the 9th inning for Houston. So, I mean, hey, you never know. Solo home run for Luis Robert, and we're down by 2. Strike out, fly out, error, ground out, and we lose. I mean, my goodness. So, that 2-out error got the time under the plate, but the next guy, I think, grounded out or something, or dot out. And Chicago wins game 1, 3-1. As we had 9 hits, I had 2 of them. I drove in the only run, 2 for 4 with 2 singles and an RBI. Chicago steals game 1 here in Houston, and it's, who is that? VR? Yeah, VR. 2 hits and a homer. He's the top player of the game for game 1. Sean Doolittle is on this team, and he gets the save. We gotta go back to the main menu after every playoff game, even if it's the same playoff series. You have to go back to the main menu every time. Just that's in the playoffs. Yeah, line out, double play, 2 singles, and then I said the first single was an RBI single, but no offense really. I mean, yes, the pitching gave up 3 runs, but that ain't that bad. I mean, when you give up only 3 runs, I mean within the offense, especially our offense, will actually score at least 4 runs. But in this case, we only scored 1, and we lost 3-1. And now it's Lance McCullers Jr. versus Dallas Keuchel, and I'm not saying it's a must-win, but basically it is, because if we go down 2 games and 9, we're basically done. So this game is a day game. Let's get it. Same lineup, I'm pretty sure, for both teams. No, that's it. The only difference I think is Robert and Rutherford switch spots. No, and then also and also, by the way, the DH I believe in the last game was Tim Anderson, not Jose Abreu. But yeah, I believe it was the same lineups. I don't really know, but yes, some liked it hot. Yeah, some liked it hot. Yeah, I mean we won the last 6 games of the regular season, but dropped game 1. I was 2 for 4 with 2 singles and an RBI, so I'm batting .500. Let's watch the presentation. Matt Sturgeon, Game 2 of the 2021 ALDS. Like I said, it's a day game. Basically a must-win. Roof is open again, as you can see. Here we go, Taito versus McCullers, Game 2, right now. Come on, boys. Come out fast. The second batter of the game, it's a DH, Tim Anderson. 1 out, no runners on, top one, no score. Well, now there's a score. Homer for Anderson, 1-0 White Sox. That's probably like 360. 362, 2 feet off. First homer of the playoffs for Anderson. I mean, my goodness. It's 1-1 now, so we came back with a run of our own. 2 on, 2 out, bottom one, 1-1. Here we go. Against Taito, who's a lefty. And cutter foul. Regular season I bet at 423 in 131 games, I think it said. That's a fly ball. It's hit well. That ball is gone. 350. 3-run shot. And it's 340, 10 feet off. Henry Dowland's first career postseason home run and his second career postseason game. And it's 4-1 Astros here in the first inning. Just over the wall and just fair into the Crawford boxes. And it's 4-1 Houston, as that barely got over the wall and barely stayed fair. 4-1 Astros. Henry Dowland. Out of the 5 runs Houston has scored in the series, he's driven in 4 of them. Just over the wall and just fair. 4-1. And it's now 5-3 Houston, bottom 3, so we already have 8 runs in 2.5 innings. That's a fly ball. It's hit well, but it's caught by Jimenez on the edge of the track, 1 down. So that was Henry Dowland's first career postseason home run and his second career postseason game, so he's doing well. 6-3 Houston, bottom 5, 1 out. Taito's out of the game. These shadows are horrendous. That's a ground ball to play by the second baseman. 2 down. Yeah, those shadows are not that good. Like, the pitcher and the batter are in the shade, but then like the infield and the outfield and all the other and the whole other and the entire field, except for like where the pitcher and the batter are, is in the sun, and then the pitcher and batter are in the shade. There's the playoff bracket. Now I saw that the Dodgers were up 2 games and on 2 games. I saw the Dodgers were up 2 games and none on the Cubs, and then that's all I saw. Here we go. Runner's going. As there was a runner at first. Hey, throw behind him. It's gonna be close. 92 speed from that runner. If he had even like 70 speed, I might have thrown him out. Still 6-3, bottom 8 now. As they're 3 outs away from the win. Same pitcher as last time. 1 for 3 with that 3-run home run. That's the line. Low 4-seam. That's a liner. It's hit well, and that ball is gone. 370, 366, 4 feet off. Henry Dowland with a multi-homer game in the playoffs. In his second career postseason game, Henry Dowland has a multi-home run game in his second postseason game of his career. That was a frozen rope just over the wall. So I was, what, 10 feet off, and now I'm 4 feet off because it was I said 370, it was 366. I didn't expect that was going to be gone. I thought that was going to be off the wall, but, I mean, it's only 315 down the line, and now, so the first one was 340, this one's 366. That was a frozen rope into, like, the 5th row, and now it's the top of the 9th. We're up 7-3 after that homer. The offense has come alive here as we're 3 outs away from tying the series. And it's now 2 outs away. 1 down. As these fans are roaring, and I can see the rally towels waving. And the Astros have tied the series. And looks like Greinke, who's in our bullpen, gets the win. As there's the fireworks on the jumbotron or the scoreboard. As the Astros take game 2. As I went 2 for 4 with 2 home runs, 2 RBIs, or 2 home runs, 4 RBIs, and 2 runs scored. I should be the player of the game, no doubt about it. If I'm not, I'm done. I think that's me going over there. As the reporter pulls me aside. And that is me. If it wasn't me, I was going to be irate. But Henry Downs, the top player of the game for Game 2. 2 home runs in his second career postseason game. As he gets his first 2 career postseason home runs in his second career postseason game. As I mean, he doesn't. Henry Downs usually in the regular season had some multi-homer games, I think, but it doesn't happen every day. And it happened here in the playoffs. A huge game for Houston as the Astros won 7-3, and this series is tied at 1. 2 hits in the game, both homers. 2 home runs, 2 for 4 with 2 home runs, 4 RBIs, and 2 runs scored. Ryan Presley gets the save, Greinke gets the win, Keuchel gets the loss, and like I said, Presley gets the save. Series tied 1-1. And I'm not sure if this depends how long the games take, because right now we're through 2 games tied at 1. So now the series shifts to Chicago for games 3 and 4, and then game 5 is back in Houston if there is one. Which I don't really want there to be a game 5, but there, quite frankly, might be a game 5. Hopefully not, though. But hey, we lost game 1, but we bounced back nicely. But yeah, here we go. Game 3 in Chicago. Let's go. As I probably should have looked at the postseason bracket. Sorry about that, but after this game I'll show you because it's too late now. Jose Urquidy versus Harold Gonzalez. Urquidy is a real player. I don't know about this Gonzalez. I don't know, but 4 for 8, 2 runs scored, 2 home runs, 5 RBIs, batting .500 still. There's the lineups. I believe it's the same as the last 2 games, I think. Let's watch the presentation. Mavis Sturgeon, Game 3 of the 2021 ALDS.
MLB The Show is your home for postseason baseball. It's Game 3 of the American League Division Series between the Houston Astros and the Chicago White Sox. Hi again, everyone. Matt Vasgersian. Welcome to our special postseason coverage of baseball on the show. With me is Mark DeRosa and Dan Plesac. And Dan, lots to talk about here as we get ready for Game 3.
It's been a good series so far as these 2 teams have split the first 2 games. So essentially this makes this a 3-game series. That means this game is huge. It's a lot easier playing knowing you're 1 win away from moving on as opposed to 1 loss from packing it up and heading home.
All right, the stage is set. The starters get their final tosses in out in the bullpen.
Love those logos.
Got a good one in store for
Game 3, here we go, but there's player introductions first because this is the first game of the series in Chicago. So you'll see the same thing you saw in Houston with the teams lined up each baseline for the national anthem. Looks like the fans are into it. It's a little bit colder here in Chicago in early October than it is down in Houston, but it's not going to be, well, quite frankly, it could be snowing, but it's probably not. Well, clearly, in this game it can't snow. It's probably maybe around 60 degrees, which is probably pretty nice, unless it's really windy, which the wind is 9 miles per hour. I don't know which way well, it says it's blowing from right field to left field, but also at first it said it was blowing up center field. I don't know. Anyway, there's 1 up in Chicago in the second inning. That's a fly ball, and that ball is just foul, as that just missed the pole. That just missed it. That was a high curveball, and it was just too early. And then he threw me the fastball. I was too late, but at least it would get into the stands, as it gets into the second row, just beyond the first base dugout, which is our dugout. The White Sox are in the other dugout, third base dugout. And I barely got a piece of that. That was a curveball low and away, 2 down, as I just missed a homer. I missed that by an inch. And here's the playoff bracket, perfect. The Brewers beat the Rockies, so it won't be Houston It won't be Rockies, Astros in the World Series, even if we did there. And then the Phillies swept the Brewers. Cubs came back to tie the series at 2-2 with LA, and they're forcing a Game 5, and then I didn't see the other side of the bracket. Obviously, we're tied at 1. I'm not sure what Minnesota and Tampa is. And then LA was up 2-0, but now it's 2-2, and then the Phillies swept the Brewers, who won the wild card game against the Rockies. Runners second, nobody out, top 4, 1-1 game. That's a fly ball, but caught by the left fielder. Runner stays put, 1 down. It's still 1-1, bottom 4. Here's Moncada. This is a big game here. And it's a line drive. I don't know where it is, but Henry Downs got it. 1 down. I knew it was somewhere over there because it was saying it was somewhere. And I was following the shadow of the ball in the grass. There's this guy. Rutherford. Rally Town is waving here at, guaranteed right field on the south side of Chicago. Yeah, south side. And the 4-1-1. That's 4-1. 1 on, 2 out, bottom, or 1 on, 2 out, top 5. It's 4-1. Let's go. That's a liner, and that's gonna get down by an inch, or by an eyelash. 2 on, 2 out, as that was trapped by the left fielder. There's Jeanette, as he's his DH, I assume. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Yeah. Well, halfway home, 4-1 Houston. We're in a good spot here, just don't want to blow any leads. It's 7-2, let's go. I can't guess the pitch. Top 7, we're up by 5. Slider foul. So we lost game 1, but since then, after we won game 2, and now we're up big in game 3. Late on the fastball. So I fouled back the slider, now the 4-seam fastball, 0-2 now. I faced this pitcher before, and I guess the high 4-seamer. Same spot. Line drive, and that's going to be a base hit. Have to hit that the other way, or you're going to ground out to third base, or to the left side. As 2 singles, 1-2 pitch down to Jeanette. That's popped up. Moncada. 2 down. Now it's Nate Lowe. 1 for 3 in the game. It's at 3 for 11 in the series. And he got a piece of that, and it's gonna be caught. 7th inning stretch time. 7-2 Houston. And it's still 7-2, bottom 7, 2 outs for Danny Mendes against Brad Peacock. And that's a fly ball, it's hit well, it's not gone, can I get there? No. It's 1 hops the wall, and that's going to be a double for Mendes. And it's still 7-2, 1 on, nobody out, bottom 8 for Jimenez against Brian Abreu. We're still up by 5. White Sox down to the final 6 outs. Should get there. I do. Shy of the warning track. 1 down. 4 outs away. 5 outs away, excuse me. Okay, 2 on, 1 out for Yasmani Grandal, the switch hitting catcher. That's a fly ball. Runner at second might think about tagging. I'm just going to throw it straight to third. Probably should throw it to the cutoff man. And that throw was maybe like a 5-hopper. Runner stay put though. 2 outs here in the 8th. And it's top 9, 2 outs, no runners on. It's top 9 actually. No runners on, 2 outs. Top 9, 7-2. Fans are still into it. So they're on by 5. That's a fly ball. And a little pop-up caught by the center baseman. White Sox need a miracle. Middle of 9, we're up by 5. I'm going to turn off the Simmons and see what happens. We should win unless we completely choke. And solo home run, but then the next guy gets out. We win 7-3. As VR hit a solo home run, but it's too little too late. and we're up 2-1, and we're 1 win away from the ALCS. As there's Alvarez, the Shield, and Henry Dowling. There's the coaching staff and the winning pitcher and the bench players. As let's say Altuve had 2 home runs, Alvarez had a home run, but I'm not the player of the game. It's probably going to be Altuve, and it is because he had 2 home runs. I went 2 for 5 with 2 singles, no runs scored, no RBIs. But we won. That's all that matters. So ground out, line out, single, line out. And now we're going back to the main menu. I'm going to be playing Game 4 right away here, as we're 1 win away from winning the series and going to the ALCS. And then the White Sox, if they win, obviously if we win Game 4, we would move on. If the White Sox win Game 4, they force a winner take out Game 5 back in Houston. As here's the playoff bracket, as it's 2-1 Tampa over Minnesota. So yeah, like I said, Brewers beat the Rockies in the NL wildcard game. Phillies then swept the Brewers, and then LA had a 2-0 series lead on Chicago, but now the series is 2-2. Chicago beat Boston. The White Sox beat the Red Sox, and then like I said, it's 2-1 Rays over the Twins, and then it's 2-1 Astros over the White Sox. Obviously, let's get into Game 4. Justin Verlander versus Lucas Giolito. Let's get it. Here we go, Game 4, we're up 2-1. Henry Dowling, it says 20-game hitting streak, but obviously hitting streak doesn't go into the playoffs. But I'm batting .462, 2 home runs, 5 RBIs, and 13 at-bats. 2 runs scored, both on the home run. I mean, that's pretty good stats. Here we go. Let's watch the presentation. Matt Sturgeon, Game 4 of the 2021 ALDS.
MLB The Show is your home for postseason baseball. It's Game 4 of the American League Division Series between the Houston Astros and the Chicago White Sox. Hi again, everyone. Matt Vasgersian. Welcome to our special postseason coverage of baseball on the show. With me is Mark DeRosa and Dan Plesac. And Dan, lots of storylines here as we approach the start of Game 4.
We won Game 2 and Game 3, both by a 7-3 score, and then Chicago won Game 1 3-1, and then we won Games 2 and 3 7-3. Here we go, Giolito versus Verlander. As we're wearing those orange jerseys again. I want to end this series right now. I don't want a Game 5. I want to end it right now. Let's go. Win and we advance. Loss, the series is going to Game 5. Giolito 1-0 in the playoffs. That means he pitched in the AL wildcard game against Boston. I did not want to do that. Here we go, top 2, leading it off. I said hit a double or better. Whoa, that was a little too early here. That's a fly ball, and it's going to be caught by the center fielder, Robert. 1 down. And it's 5-0 in Houston, as the offense has come alive since that Game 1 loss. 2 on, 2 out, top 2, as we already chased Giolito from the game, already doing it 5 runs in not even 2 innings. That's a fly ball, but it's probably going to be caught. It is. Middle of 2, it's 5-0 Astros though. So 2 flyouts or lineouts to Robert. It's now 5-2, so this series is not over. Well, this game's not over. 5-2, bottom 3. Abreu's up, shift is on. That's why I'm over in right center. And did not have the shift on, which in this game is still legal. 2 down. Because this is MLB The Show 20, so obviously the shift was still legal. 6-2 now, top 5, 0 for 2 with 2 flyouts or lineouts or something like that. Here we go. Did a hit. Woo. Up there. 31 home runs in 131 games. I have to have 2 home runs. Yeah, 2 home runs here in playoffs. That's a liner, and that's gonna get down into the dap. It's cut off by Robert. Throw to second. It's a good one, but it's not in time. Head first fly for Dallin. And that's his first double, I believe, of the playoffs. Here's Jeanette.
The moment isn't too big for him. He's slowing the game down. He looks terrific.
Yeah, absolutely. Postseason monster right here. Having a huge
1-0.
series.
Any big leader.
That's a ground ball up the middle. It's cut off by Mendick. Or it's by Anderson. I'm pretty sure it's... No, I forgot Anderson's a DH, so that is Mendick. Runner at third, 1 out as I out over to third. Here's Lau. Full count, 1 out, bottom. Or full count, 1 out, runner at third. And it's ball 4. First and third, 1 out. Here's Torrey Lee. The fans are waving their rally towels here, at least they were. I can see the Astros fans throughout the White Sox fans, because obviously the Astros fans are wearing orange. Runner at first is stealing, but he's thrown out. 2 down. Yeah, I can see the Astros fans, which are wearing orange, spruce throughout the White Sox fans. But yeah, runner at third, 2 outs after the caught stealing by Lau, or Lowe. And it's a 2-2 pitch now to Torrey Lee. Yeah, Lowe was caught stealing at second, or was thrown out at second. And that's a fly ball, and it's going to be caught. Middle of 5, it's 6-2 Houston. Still 6-2, 1 on 1 out. Top 7, still against Jimmy Lambert, same guy. I think he's the pitcher that came in for Giolito. And it's a ground ball right to Mendick. Bare hand by the second baseman, double play. So bare hand by the second baseman, and then a pick by Abreu. Middle of 7, it's 6-2 Houston. And it's now 10-3 Houston, bottom 8. As we're 5 outs away from the ALCS. Fly ball to the warning track, but that's not gone. 2 down. Tane the turn. I should get up again. Because we scored 4 more runs. So I 1 for 4 with that double. And it's Aaron Bummer. Bummer that the White Sox are gonna lose. Not really. Bummer for White Sox fans, but not for me. That's a fly ball right to Jimenez. So I'm 1 for 5 in the game, but that's better than 0 for 5. But that could be the game unless I have a defensive opportunity here in the bottom of the 9th. And it's not over yet. Bottom 9. Rutherford against Peacock. They're up by a touchdown. Has line drive. 1 down. 2 to go. So I was only 1 for 5 with that double, but I still had a good series. Strike out, and then the next guy got out. Astros win 10-3, and we're moving on. As they do 1-2-3 in the 9th, the White Sox do, and the Astros are going to the ALCS. As we dog pile here in Chicago. Chicago's devastated. They took game 1. But then after that was clockwork for the Astros. As we won games 2, 3, and 4 to win the series 3 games to 1. And we're playing the Rays or the Twins in the ALCS. 3 wins down, 8 to go. Top player of the game looks like it's going to be Correa based on the high socks he wears. That is Correa, our shortstop number 1. He's the top player of the game. I went 1 for 5 with a double. But that's better than 0 for 5, like I said. So, still a good series, but I'm probably batting around 400 now. 4 for 5 for Correa with a homer, 5 RBIs, 2600 OPS. Heck of a game for Correa. Astros moving on. There's Dallin right there, number 6. Astros moving on to the ALCS to play the Rays or the Twins. I'm not sure if we know yet who we're playing. So let's go to the main menu to see who we're playing. If we know, it might be TBD. So I had 2 lineouts, a double play, and then another lineout. So 1 for 5 with a double, 3 lineouts, 2 to center, 1 to left, and then the double play. As the Astros have won the American League Division Series and will be taking on the Twins or the Rays in the American League Championship Series. So we do not know. I'm guessing that means the other series went to a Game 5. I'm guessing that's the case, based on why that series has not ended yet. And yeah, that series is going to a Game 5. And then Chicago and LA, that series is still at Game 5. So the day of Game 4 for us must have been a day off for LA and Chicago. So out of the 4 teams that will be in the, well, between the ALCS and the NLCS, there'll be 4 teams. So the final 4 teams, 2 out of the final 4 teams, 2 of them have been determined. The Houston Astros and the Philadelphia Phillies, not Flyers. That's the NHL. But it's Houston Astros and the Philadelphia Phillies. Those are the top 2 teams, well, those are not the top 2 teams in baseball, but those are the 2 teams that obviously were the 1 seeds in their respective leagues. That we were the best team in the AL, Phillies were the best team in the NL, and those 2 teams are 2 out of the 4. Those 2 teams are the 2 out of the 4 final 4 teams. And then Tampa and Minnesota are going to Game 5, and then the LA Dodgers and Chicago are going to Game 5 as well. So Game 5 between the Rays and the Twins, and then Game 5 between the Dodgers and the Cubs. So it will be Astros versus Rays or Astros versus Twins, and then it will be Phillies versus Dodgers or Phillies versus Cubs. 2 spots taken, 2 spots left for the Final 4 here in the 2021 postseason. As we lost Game 1 3-1, won Game 2 7-3, won Game 3 7-3 as well, and won Game 4 10-3. So we scored 1 run in Game 1, but since that Game 1 loss, it's been clockwork. So we lost Game 1, but won Games 2, 3, and 4. As Game 1 of the ALCS will be in Houston. All of the games in the ALCS are going to be night games. As so yeah, Game 1 is going to be, as you can see on the right, it's not, right now, the date is October 5th. Game 1 of the ALCS is October 9th, so we get 3 days off. Now it's a 2-3-2 format. Games 1, 2, 6, and 7 are in Houston, and then games 3, 4, and 5 will be in Minnesota or Tampa. And obviously it's a best of 7 series for the ALCS, NLCS, and World Series. So it's going to be starting Game 1 will be James Paxton, and then it'll be McCullers, Urquidy, and then after that it's TBD. So, I mean, we took care of business. That's literally, and Henry Downs now at gold. As he was a 77 bronze, I think, coming in, but now he's an 80 gold. And he's only 5 overall points away from a diamond. The diamond's 85. He's at 80. So he's an 80 gold, 5 overall points away from being a diamond. As Henry Downs wins his first career postseason series, in his first career attempt in the playoffs, as he hit the 2 home runs, both in Game 2, and then a total of 5 RBIs, 1 in Game 1 and then 4 in Game 2, and then Games 3 and 4 he didn't have anything. He just had 2 singles and a double, 2 singles in Game 3, 1 double in Game 4, but that's fine. That's A-OK. We won the series, that's all that matters. 3 wins down, 8 to go. That's right, as the Astros are 8 wins away from going bat-to-bat. But yeah, should be a fun series against the Twins or the Rays. Twins are my favorite team, so if it's the Twins, it'll be interesting. If it's the Rays, still be interesting. But either way, I want to beat the Twins or the Rays, whoever we play, and then if we get to the World Series, I want to beat the Phillies, the Cubs, or the Dodgers. Yeah, that's episode of the series of the ALCS. I'm not sure when that's going to be in real life, though. Hopefully it's maybe in a, well, I don't know when it's going to be in real life, but hopefully it's soon, because, like I said, that's episode of the series of the ALCS in this game, but I'm not sure when that video is going to go up in real life. But hopefully it'll be sooner than later. I'm just not exactly sure which day. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed this video, which you should have, because we're moving on. And I'll see you in the ALCS. Okay, last time we're closing the board. If you hit subscribe, the like button. Subscribe if you haven't yet. Tell your mom, dad, grandma, and grandpa, aunts, uncles, pets, and friends about these videos. And you know what? I'm going to see you. And you know what? I'm going to see you in episode number 16 of this Henry Dowland, and will be the show 20, Road to the Show series. See you in episode number 16. And eat a lot of bacon. And go Astros. And I'll see you in the ALCS. See you then.